Everybody is doing the whole new year, new me look. And don't get me wrong, that's valid. But when you're still carrying a lot of the stuff from the past year, all the willpower is not going to get you that far. And I am still in my inner winter, letting go. Actually working more so with the natural rhythms of the earth, of nature. It's still winter. It's still okay to be letting go and shedding. I've been on both sides. I pushed through the whole, it's New Year, let me make different goals for the year and plan ahead. And so often, these things fade away, right? You've seen it. People, the beginning of the year, the gym is full and everybody's going to the gym, or the different goals and expectations that we set onto ourselves because society tells us to, right? That's the thing you do for the New Year's. You set goals for the New Year's. And don't get me wrong, it's great. But when you really want change, I believe that it's better to come empty to a new year so you could actually start fresh. And like I said, if you follow the natural rhythms of the earth instead of these man-made calendars, you will realize that we're still in winter. So it's okay to kind of be clearing up to build that foundation. You're starting to think about planting the seeds, maybe making small movements, but I just want you to know that you're not behind if you're feeling this way. If you're still in your inner winter and you're still letting go, you are not behind. You are most likely, you're still more in sync with the natural rhythms than with these man-made calendars. And I would say that's more in sync and more in alignment than trying to rush into these New Year resolutions when you still don't feel quite ready. But here are 5 reasons why to make space before the new year, new me comes in. Number 1, you can't build on a full foundation, you know? Like, if you're still carrying everything from the past, set clear what you want to release. Do a little self-reflection. It's winter. It's time to go inward and actually do self-reflection. Maybe take inventory of what worked, what didn't work from the year in the past, from all this past year, and really see what you want to let go of, what is not working. So when we go into the new year, our foundation is more solid and not so overloaded with things that are not serving us. Number 2, reason why I think it's good for you to let go, because I've noticed that for the most part, most of us, willpower will only get us so far. So when we go into the new year still holding on to all the things from the past, that could be grief, that could be habits, that could be beliefs, that could be unsustainable ways, that could be holding on to old relationships, old goals. If you haven't shed what needs trimming, it's gonna be so much harder to stick through your willpower and just work on that willpower, right? If we're still carrying all that from the past, willpower is going to be a lot more challenging just to run on that. And that's why for a lot of us, it only works at the beginning of the year, and then slowly the willpower dissipates and now we lose focus on our goals. So why not clear everything and make room for more? And sometimes clearing that takes time. Sometimes the body, like the mind wants to be ready, but the body is not quite there yet. The body still needs releasing some somatic work, some letting go some rest maybe before it could commit to going and starting a new year. Inner winter is for clarity, I think. Like winter is for shedding, for clarity. The more you shed, the more you let go. The when you do that inner work of awareness and asking yourself and taking your time with this, because sometimes we want to rush to follow along what everybody's doing, but it doesn't always work in that way. And when we rush the process, we are already coming in kind of dysregulated, like we are not coming in very grounded and clear. We're rushing towards the new year instead of okay, let me recenter and really allow. And let me tell you another thing. When we are dysregulated, when we are rushing through life, we can't create, It's in that moment of discomfort when we're shedding, when we're grieving, when we're slowing down and allowing ourselves to rest, when we're still enough, we could actually allow clarity to arrive, and from there set actually goals and ways to support that new year, new me transition, not rushing through it. Another reason, shedding, I would say shedding is like removing all distractions too. So now you're in your inner winter, all the holidays passed, and this is actually the first, for some of us, the first time that we are quiet enough to really do some introspective work this winter. So why not take the time, and this is actually the perfect timing to remove all distractions, simplify, remove everything that's not really in alignment with you. Maybe you're still holding on to certain things from the past that no longer resonate because you've done some growth and some expanding. So do some shedding, and from there you're gonna create that space for you to really create sustainable ways for this new year, new me. And as simple as what you don't release, you're gonna repeat onto this new year. So if you come into this new year, new me attitude with dysregulation and just trying to rush into it without doing the inner work of shedding and clearing and making space, you most likely are going to repeat the same patterns that you did in the past because you didn't take no time to self-regulate and to assess your growth. Write down, do some journaling, like doing that inner work of allowing enough space to maybe journal, to write down all the things that went good this year, all the things that you could have improved this year. Do some exercises on pattern recognition, like what were the themes this past year? What do you not want to bring on to this new year? And that way you could really create a plan for this new year, new me, and not just go into it like head first, like not just rush into it already dysregulated. So creating that foundation, removing distractions and releasing, like really pruning. I would say it's that time of pruning, right? Is what will help us really move into the new year with in a more sustainable way. Don't rush. I've learned not to rush according to all these trends and sometimes these systems that were created by society. But when you start living more cyclical, that means more in tune with nature. A lot of these things don't go with nature. These systems were created for the patriarchy or for consumerism and for capitalism, And when you are more in tune with the natural rhythms don't rush. Natural rhythms go through every single cycle and dive into that cycle. And they will still flourish. Like, you're not behind. I think if you really work on creating that foundation right now from this point and becoming regulated by slowing down, doing some introspective work, you will be able to continue on in a more aligned way than rushing through it. So I invite you to slow down. You're not behind. Don't let the media or comparing yourself to other people's journey make you believe that you're behind. Sometimes slowing down enough to regulate yourself, to become aware, will be what pushes you forward more effectively than rushing through anything. And that's what living cyclically means, right? When you live more in tune with the natural rhythms, and there's time for rest, there's a time to plant the seeds, there's a time to water and grow that, and then there's gonna be a time you flourish and you get to enjoy all that. And winter is to slow down. And we're still in winter, so if you haven't slowed down yet, if you're still trying to go, tune inward. The answers are within us. And that's what this whole channel is mostly like, to go inside and receive the answers. Not even what I am telling you is right or wrong, because we're all such individual people going through different experiences that maybe your winter has already ended, and that's okay. But maybe your winter hasn't ended yet, and that's okay too. And that's what I'm trying to get to. My Go Inward ebook is coming out very soon, which is full of doing inner work. You know, maybe you're still shedding, and maybe this new year is still gonna have to do with inner shedding. So stay tuned for more. Thank you so much for showing up for you.